Okay, so I have reinstalled the little toolbox. I don't think I have any tools for it, but got the toolbox. What else? Finished torquing that. I got a spanner tool that just barely fits. So that was able to hold the flywheel still while I torqued it. Let's see, what else? I got the little sticker on here finally. Off, on, and all that stuff. And I finished that bit of wiring for the kill switch, so I got the headlight back on, and it works. Let's see, what am I? Oh yeah, I'm test fitting this side panel. That's the one that fell off, and I had to buy a new one, I think. Anyway, so that fits. Gonna put the back wheel on today, so in preparation for that I have the axle all cleaned off and ready to grease, and I have the brake shoe holder thing with the brakes installed. Finally took all the tape off, installed the brakes. I got just a little tiny bit of anti-seize on the points of movement. What else? I've already chipped the paint on that, but you know, what are you gonna do? So these are all cleaned up and ready to go, and that's ready to go, and I got the castle nut and the cotter pin. What else do I need? I know I need more than that. Okay, I have the plastic dust cover, which this guy never had before, and also this little bushing that came off the wheel originally fits right snug in there. That's perfect, so that's going to fit. And yeah, so I'm getting ready now to look up the blow-up diagram for the back wheel, because I don't remember how that goes back on. I mean, I know the roundy part goes in between the swing arm, but you know, I need details. So I'll come back when I get some more of that figured out. Okay, I think I've about got it, but I'm going to have to turn the axle around, because the castle nut is going to interfere with the muffler. And in fact, I think that's how it was put on before. I don't know, I remember I had to take the muffler off in order to get the back wheel off. So I remember that. And I noticed, oh, I'm caught here. Okay. I noticed that right here is a little divot. And I betcha that divot has been made by the end of the axle there, you know, and the suspension going up and down. So I think we're on the right track. Okay, I got the axle put back on and tightened up, but I'm missing something right in here, because you turn the wheel and this plastic dust cover is stuck to the non-moving part. That is not going to work. At least I don't think it is. That, it seems to me like that is going to make an awful lot of friction, even if there's grease in there. So I think there's probably something that goes in between the tensioner and the cover, like maybe a smaller washer or something. Of course, my manual doesn't show anything because this year bike didn't have one of these originally, so so that's a new thing. But you know, everything went together okay, at least temporarily. I'm gonna have to loosen things back up in order to put the other bits back on, but this goes more like up here. That meets up with this hole down here, and then the brake rod meets up with the lever, which I haven't put on yet. But before I do all of that, I want to figure out what's going on there. But look at that, it's a bike with two wheels again. I think the rear wheel is one of the first things I took off a year and a couple months ago. So wow, and of course it's gonna have to come back off again because I need new tires. But you know, one thing at a time. I got lots of other stuff to do before I'm able to take it out on the road at all. So I'm gonna leave that alone for now and maybe spend some time on the internet trying to figure that out. Worst case scenario, I can take that plastic cover back off. You know, that collar that sits inside, that bushing or collar, whatever it is, I don't think it's supposed to spin either, and that guy fits real snug in that collar thing, so maybe it is supposed to turn like that. Huh. I don't know. I will have to ask folks on the forum and see if anyone has any answers for me. But in the meantime, uh-oh, I think it might be starting to rain. My really great shelter did not hold up well this winter, as you can see. So, but you know, it's good enough for now. So I'm gonna have to get some of this stuff in because I don't want it getting wet. Okay, well the weather cleared up a little bit, and I came back out to do the brake fluid. And first issue, unfortunately there's more than one, is I think I have a bad O-ring down underneath the reservoir. I got some seepage going on here. So I'm going to have to locate a new O-ring. It didn't come with the rebuild kit, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get one. The other issue, and I got it bled just fine, no problems, but the other issue I'm having, let me see if I can get you where you can see here. So when you put the assembly back on, the disc is scraping against this fixed part of the caliper. I mean, not super terrible, but it is scraping. Is there any kind of adjustment that I can do on that? I can't see one. It seems to work. Let me see, I need 3 hands to do this, but you know, the wheel will move, and then the brake brakes, and then you let it off and it moves again, just not very well. Now it could be part of it is that this hub has not been rebuilt yet, so it's got old rusty bearings in it still. But I'm concerned about how close. See that? Where did my flashlight go? There's so much of a gap on this side, but there's no gap at all on that side, so it's like it's a tiny bit off, and there's no shims or anything over here on this side of the disc pushing it that way. So is there any way to adjust that? I don't know. Or am I going to have to live with it? It may not make a huge difference once the bearings are fixed up, but replaced, really. Oh, and a minor thing is the dust cover for the brake bleeder is already falling to pieces. It's really bad. I'm very disappointed in that part of the... See, look at that. It's already split open. So I'm going to have to come up with some other way to cover that, because that's just not going to stay on there. And even if it does, it's not going to do much because there's a big old crack in it. But yeah, apart from those details, you know, the brake is working, and it is holding pressure. I'm very happy with that. Got a nice firm guy here, but yeah, that continues to seep right there, so that means I'm going to have to pull the fluid back out of there, replace the O-ring. Where's my rag? Yeah, see, it's all coming. It's coming out. It's just seeping out that little bit. Gonna eat my nice paint job. Well, that's kind of sad. But oh well, maybe I can get it to soak into this cloth instead for a while until I can figure out how to fix that. It seems to me that the sprocket is just a little bit on this side of the guard. I don't know. I haven't lined it up. I haven't tried lining it up with the front sprocket yet. I actually found the new front sprocket. It was in another box. So I do have the new front sprocket to put on there. And the special washer and the special bolt that go on there are also cleaned up and ready to put back on. They don't look pretty, but they are coated, plated, electroplated, nickel plated. There we go. Man, I can't think any words. Terrible at thinking of words, but I don't know if you can see that. That's the original throttle stop screw that was all rusty, and the spring, and I nickel plated those. They're not pretty, but they've been sitting out here in the humidity for a while, and they're not rusting. So I'm actually working on better ways to nickel plate. I think the nickel plating is actually working. It just doesn't look very good. So I'm working on ways to make it look better. But that's for another day. So, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress I made today. You know, there's a couple of little setbacks, but you know, nothing that can't be fixed eventually. We'll get it figured out. But check this out. I mean, it's a two-wheel motorcycle again after like a year, and it's got handlebars, a headlight. You know, it's starting to actually look like a motorcycle again. I don't know. I'll try to get you as straight as I can, but doesn't that look like it should go over by maybe a quarter inch or so? I don't have anything. I mean, I could move this over there, but that would take an inch out of here and add an inch over there, and then I think I'd be too far that way. So I'm not sure what to do. It's like, other than, oops, I'm getting eaten by the blackberry bush, but other than, well, it's a little bit smaller. It's got 42 teeth instead of 44, but other than that, it's identical. So I don't know. Maybe I'm missing a spacer or something in here. And yeah, I don't know. So this may actually be the end of this video segment. So if it is, well, let me know what y'all think about those things that I said. And I hope you found this, well, I don't know if you found it informative. I haven't. I'm leaving with more questions than answers, but I hope you at least enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.